Former U.S. Ambassador to NATO, Kurt Volker. Good morning to you, Mr. Ambassador. I want to start with your reaction right now to day 13 of the war with Iran. While speaking at an event in Kentucky, President Trump essentially declared victory. Take a listen.
Is that a great name? Well, it's only good if you win. You know, you can only do. And we've won. Let me tell you, we've won. You know, you never like to say too early you won. We won. We won the bet. In the first hour, it was over. But we won.
Now, I get it, Mr. Ambassador. From a military standpoint, it's clear this war is going to end when the president wants it and the U.S. will win. But do you worry this could be a mission impossible a mission accomplished moment for the president that really backfired on George W.?
Well, it doesn't look like winning right now. You have Iran calling the shots in the Persian Gulf right now. They are closing the Gulf. Shippers are afraid to go through. That is stopping oil exports, and that is driving up oil prices globally. The regime remains in place. We've decapitated it, but they've chosen a new leader, and they're still there. They're still repressing those protesters and people that we were concerned about before all this started. So right now we have a big mess. I think that the decision to go in should have been a decision to go all the way, and that we really need to remove the regime, because without that, I think we're going to see this kind of continued pressure from Iran on neighbors, on shipping, on markets, and a renewed desire to acquire nuclear weapons all over again.
Mr. Ambassador, your words struck me. I'm sure they struck our viewers, too. And you saying that it doesn't look like winning right now. And there are serious concerns about the security now surrounding the Strait of Hormuz. Reuters reporting at least 6 vessels have been struck so far near the strait in Iraqi waters. What are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I'm very concerned about it, because I think in some ways maybe one of the worst possible outcomes is going halfway, where we stir the regime, we rile them, we make them more determined, and then we leave them be. Because we want to end the war, but they're by no means ready for that. They now want to create more global trouble. That's bad for us, it's bad for markets, it's bad for Israel. So I think that we really do need to take a fresh look at how do we make sure we secure a removal of the regime and put in place something that is going to be a government that we can deal with.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Ambassador, NATO countries, obviously, Europeans have not joined the offensive strikes, and you've got NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte reportedly stating that there are absolutely no plans for NATO to participate directly. But do you worry there could be a diplomatic hangover from this when you get the UK and France suddenly saying, yeah, we'll send our troops there after it's basically done?
Yeah, I think that was a miscalculation on their part. So much of what happens in conflict is psychological, and it would have been very important for this effort to show that the United States or NATO allies, other countries, are all aligned together. And that was a miscalculation on the part of the Europeans for not understanding the moment, but also, I would argue, a miscalculation on the part of the Trump administration for not laying the groundwork for that. We went in on a Saturday unannounced, and no one knew this was coming. No publics were prepared, not in the U.S., not in the U.K., not in France. So very difficult for those leaders to all of a sudden just jump in when there was no preparation done. So it was a missed opportunity on all sides, I would say.
Mr. Ambassador, I'd like to get your thoughts on an alert sent out by the FBI warning police departments in California that Iran could retaliate by trying to launch drones in the West Coast. So President Trump said Wednesday that he's not worried about Iran hitting U.S. soil at all. Should we be worried about this? Should we be worried about sleeper cells already here in this country?
Yes, we should. We should certainly be concerned about that. We have terrific law enforcement. We have terrific intelligence. We should be able to suss this out and prevent it. But we need to be razor focused on this. This is something that if Iran has the ability to do it, they will do it. So we have to really put all our attention onto preventing those kind of attacks. And I would be more concerned about the sleeper cells and terrorist attacks than I would be about drones. Drones requires a little bit of bringing things into the country or establishing some kind of command and control. If it's sleeper cells or individuals, it's very easy for them to do one-off terrorist attacks.
Information. Truth is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.